Hello, welcome to Best of ICAM 2012. Well, actually, welcome to my crappy rented Berlin apartment where there's no decent lighting except in the kitchen, but that gives you this cool video and video reflection and the nice sounds of the train going by outside. I'm Tiffany Hopkins, class of 2007. Actually, Tiffany J. Hopkins on paper. If any of you tried to Google me to figure out who your speaker was this year, your mothers will be happy to know I am not the one ICAM student who ran off to France to join the adult entertainment industry. I am an ICAM graduate who did run off to various places around the world. However, it was in search of adventure and opportunity, none of which has come through the adult entertainment industry thus far. So, congratulations. Parents, you must be so proud. Kids, you must be so excited. Now you get to work for the rest of your lives. No, really, it's not all that bad. We're in exciting times, actually. It's a good time for those who want to live a life dedicated to their art. It's a good time for those who want to pursue answers and intellectual endeavors. And it's a very good time for those who want to provide all sorts of interesting goods and services to their fellow humans. Despite popular opinion, I don't actually believe it's that hard to find a job. I'm sure this is at the top of everybody's mind right now, probably parents more than anybody else. But I don't believe it. I think it's hard to find a job you like. It's hard to find a job that's fulfilling. It's hard to find a job you're good at. And I think all three of those play a very closely tied hand-in-hand role. So I want to talk a little bit about, how you do that. I'm not going to explain how to write a CV. I will tell you to be on time. Everybody says that. But I'm going to tell you about how to figure out which job to get. Because before you can ever submit an application or go to an interview, in order to find a job you like, a job that's fulfilling, and a job you're good at, you need to know what you like, what's fulfilling for you, and what you're good at. Well, this is a good degree to do this. I mean, college in general is for figuring those things out. The U.S. system is especially good at this. It gives you a bit of a chance to explore different things. But it's going to be up to you to really figure these things out. It depends on what you want to do. Ask people. I don't know. Read your horoscope. Watch Game of Thrones and imagine which character you would be. Whatever it is, really explore that thought. What do you want? I will tell you, I had no clue at your age. I had no clue when I started college. I did 2 years as an undeclared major before declaring 2 multidisciplinary degrees because I had no clue. Somebody actually once said I had actively decided not to decide what I wanted to do when I grew up. I did cognitive science, specializing in human-computer interaction in addition to my ICAM music degree. And this allowed me to take classes in, I think, every department. That, as well as being a Revell student. Any Revellians out there? So yeah, I took a lot of classes. It took me five years. And I realized much later all I was doing was trying everything out and seeing what I really liked best. In all that time, and after the time, another 5 years since I've graduated, I've realized that all those things I dreamed about doing when I was a kid, I still want to do that. I want to make some amazing art. I want to run a business. I want to make robots. I want to be in politics. ICAM, and in my case as well, cognitive science, were my founding steps for all of these, believe it or not. Now, I haven't set out in these last few years now that I've realized, oh, this is what I want to do when I grow up, and made goals and milestones and time frames and deadlines, I would probably be very depressed because I'm sure I'd be behind on my deadlines and confused because I ended up somewhere far away from where I could ever do politics. And I would have missed out on a lot of opportunities that have found me because I'm flexible and, like all of you, really have a wide skill and interest set. Actually, this was all something I was very terrified about right out of college. Do I become an artist? Do I become a scientist, or do I become a business lady? I had this feeling I needed to decide and move forward on that path directly and immediately. A wise professor I had in the art department showed me how silly this was, that there is no direct path to much of anything, except maybe being a doctor or a parent. And as we all know in ICAM, in a multidisciplinary degree, these lines are blurred. We aren't one thing. We'll always be artists, musicians, science, businessmen, or whatever it is we want to be. This, my friends, is what ICAM is about, and more so than any other major. Other than maybe cognitive science, it's fairly similar, despite being a lot more nerdy. We have an amazing opportunity that very few people have, however challenging one. We don't have a path. Nobody has done this before. It's new. That's amazing. You may not want to do what I've done, actually. But I can promise, if you become a DJ, or a researcher, or designer like some of my classmates from 2007, it will not be the same kind of paths our parents who are DJs or researchers or designers had. Because we have 1,000 paths. And they all can lead to the same place, and they're all going to be amazing. You can go work at MTV, building social networks to introduce new music behind crappy reality TV shows. Then make an iPhone game platform. Then go to Switzerland for business school. Then go to Singapore to become a consultant. Then move to South Africa to sell shoes online. Then come to Berlin and listen to somebody honk their horn really loudly. Okay. I moved to Berlin and standardized marketing departments across the world for a startup who just launched in 10 of the largest markets in the world. Okay, that's what I did. But whatever it is you want to do, you can do that. And how will all those crazy things make me a better artist, or whatever any of the other things I wanted to be were? Well, the heartbreak of living on 3 continents within 1 year provides inspiration for the art. No, what I have done is made sure that before even going to think about a new role or a new job or applying or even searching online for one, I thought about how it would get me one step closer to these goals and what benefits it provides, like, I don't know, traveling or a great paycheck or a chance to be a diplomat amongst companies. And this is what ICAM does too. You say you want to be a musician, and ICAM says, yes, well, you can do this. You can play your trumpet. But you can use software to manipulate the notes to produce a whole new sound never heard before. But your first goal, to play your trumpet, is now not only multidimensional, but, parents, you'll be glad to hear this, commercially viable. Because it's unique. Because nobody's done it before. Because we have tools that are meant to build websites or produce search engines that we can use for music and for art. I mean, where can you get that? So, back to my earlier statement, everyone says it's a tough market out there. Or maybe it's just all these foreigners I'm around complaining about the US and making it sound more dismal than it is. They say it's, people graduating, it's hard to find a job. It's hard to stay employed. I say there's never a shortage of demand for smart, young, motivated people. A smart, young, motivated person who knows who they want what they want. Even better, a smart, young, motivated person who knows what they want and knows a million ways to get there? Yes. You know you want to work with music, or you want to work with art. Now you have computers to get you there. If you want to play your trumpet, now you have the skills to get yourself heard. If you want to listen to other people play the trumpet, maybe you can work for a company that helps support trumpet players' online music distribution, or the social networks where they share their music, or the company that creates their recording software. I know ICAM people that have done all of these things. Somewhere in there, you know what you want to do. I always knew I wanted to be an artist and a businessman and a scientist and a politician, but I never thought I could be all of them. Well, I've only really been one so far. Not to discredit my drawing, but I have learned skills and made connections and had experiences the whole way that will help me make the rest of my dreams possible. So go get your skills, go make your connections, go have your experiences, but keep your dreams in mind. These days, they're more possible than ever. Listen, Susan Boyle can have one of the top-selling albums in the world. A German investment company that I work for can launch a new copy of an American business model in an emerging country every day. A black man can become president. You can be whatever you want to be. Give yourself the time and give yourself the freedom to get there. Thank you. Congratulations. Best of luck.